Hi, everyone, and welcome to New Jersey Wedding Podcast. We thank you so much for joining us today. We are the go-to podcast for planning your wedding in New Jersey. And we are your hosts, Andrea and Celia Milton, and we are both, I know, right? I'm sorry, we're coming off a weekend,
It's a
October
crazy.
weekend of
It's like the
weddings.
last weekend of October. We love October because it's so nuts, but we're like so happy to see it in the rearview mirror and like 100 people. They're like everybody's married and nobody doesn't have a license and everything is great. So we're like delirious.
Yeah, and it's been a fabulous October
Oh
because
my gosh.
the weather has been
Oh,
amazing.
I know. We have a drought, but we're okay with that.
Uh,
Okay.
and we've had so many great weddings, and we'll get into
Yeah.
those on future podcasts, talking
Yeah.
about all the themed weddings and the new places we've
Gotta
been and
space them
stuff.
out. Yeah.
But today, we have a great interview. It's the third in our series of venues by Hotels Unlimited. And because we did the Sterling Hotel, we did the Windsor Hotel,
Yep.
and today's is the Sheraton at Eatontown. They have the Grand Ballroom, the Regal Ballroom, and just like those other hotels, in 2018, they did a whole renovation,
Oh, it's
and
beautiful. It's beautiful.
absolutely gorgeous
Yep.
with a lot of for you to choose from. They can do weddings as big as 300 people. They also do micro weddings of 50 guests, and everything in between. Just a beautiful location. And Heidi was fabulous. She's
She's
been
great.
with them for over 20 years,
Yeah.
and she's really great. It's a great location. I love
It's
their
got so it's
outdoor.
got it's got so many pretty spaces too.
Mhm.
It's like I was scrolling through the inside and outside space. They've got at least two, I think maybe three beautiful outside spaces.
Yeah.
And for, cocktail hour and the ceremony, it really is very versatile. And I think, we've talked about this and we're going to probably do an entire podcast on hotel venues, but it just kind of like blasts your stereotypical thought about a hotel wedding because there's so much going on there. And as they've all said, all of the directors we've talked to, it's not a hotel with a banquet room. It's a wedding venue with a hotel attached, by the way.
Right, right. They get great reviews for their food,
Yeah,
which, it's not hotel food.
right.
It's upscale dining. And I think the biggest part about these is the obvious, that you have everything right there. Your hotel rooms,
Yep.
your locker rooms for your guests. They have the bridal suites for you to get ready in. It's seamless and stress-free, and they offer everything. You can the centerpieces, um,
Yeah. Yeah.
everything, and then you can personalize it further by getting the accessories. So I think it's great. And then the obvious, you're partying all night. You're at a wedding. You're at an open bar. You're a guest there. You just go straight to your room afterwards.
That's
Or
right.
they have another bar there. You can do the after party. And then in the morning you come down for breakfast.
I think
And,
it's
and
great.
you have the
Yeah.
breakfast the next morning, say goodbye to everyone, and you're out of there.
And you're out.
And
Well, it's interesting too that, when I look at, the people who listen to this podcast, you think because it's so cleverly named, the New Jersey Wedding Podcast, you think that everybody who's listening to it is from New Jersey, but that's really not true. When I look at our, analytics, we have a lot of people who listen to this who are from all over the country and
Mhm.
even some people who are all over the world. And, if you're trying to plan from far away, you're trying to plan a destination wedding to New Jersey because your family is here, you went to school here, your friends are all here. This makes it so easy for you. It's
Yeah.
just, it takes so much of the stress of like running around and trying to figure out this, that, and the other thing. It's really, it's a really big factor in keeping your brains intact between, in that whole process.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's great. If you're looking for that elegant, traditional wedding venue, it's beautiful, and you have the hotel, a beautiful hotel right there.
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Sheraton's. It's a
Yeah. And you're
gorgeous, it's a
not out
luxury
now. That's
hotel.
not too far from, it's not too far from the Jersey Shore. I don't know anything
No,
about the south of New Jersey at
it's
all.
very close to Red Bank, very close
Oh,
to
fun.
Asbury Park. It's Eatontown. It's very close.
Yeah.
Very close to the Long Branch area. Not too far. You can in 15 minutes you could be to the beaches in Long Branch
Oh, that's great.
stuff. So great places for photography. And it's right off the parkway, very easy to get to, but of course
Yeah.
it's not
Easy
the
for your
feeling
guests.
as
Yeah.
you don't feel like you're
Yeah.
right on the parkway when you're there or
No,
anything.
not at all.
No,
And there's plenty of stuff for people to do if they're going to come and spend weekends. And I mean, it's like the end of October. October is the best time at the Jersey Shore. It's so
absolutely.
beautiful.
I had two outdoor weddings yesterday. But I was on the beach yesterday. It was great.
Oh, it's
Uh,
gorgeous. And
uh,
are your stoplights blinking down there yet?
no. Oh. All
Well,
right,
that's like,
guys, stay tuned for this interview with Heidi from the Sheraton in Eatontown, part of Hotels Unlimited. And we're going to talk about their grand ballroom, their Regal Ballroom, their outside ceremony space. And be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And also, we want to hear from you. What do you want to hear about next? Is there
yeah.
a certain venue you would like us to interview, or vendors, or any advice from our listeners? We want to hear from you.
You
Go
have any
ahead and leave a
burning
comment.
dilemmas? It's like,
Yes,
what is keeping you up at night? We can fix that.
yeah, we can help you.
Yeah.
Be sure and comment, and we'd love to hear from you. All right, enjoy.
Excellent. Bye.
Hi, I'm Andrea Pertel, owner of For This Joyous Occasion Officiating Services, and I'd love to be part of your special day. With over 14 years of experience and more than 400 five-star reviews, I'm a professional wedding officiant who takes pride in creating personalized ceremonies that reflect your unique love story. Whether you're looking for a religious, non-denominational, spiritual, non-religious, interfaith, or multicultural ceremony, I've got you covered. I'm based at the Jersey Shore, but I happily travel throughout New Jersey. One of the things couples love most about working with me is my original Build Your Ceremony menu. It's a one-of-a-kind feature that lets you design your ceremony exactly how you want it, choosing from a range of options to make every moment feel uniquely yours. So, from intimate elopements to traditional weddings and anything in between, I am honored to officiate your ceremony. Visit For This Joyous Occasion Officiating Services, and let's start planning the ceremony of your dreams.
Hello, everybody. We're so happy to welcome Heidi Hutch, who is the director of catering at the Sheraton Eatontown Hotel, an extremely popular wedding venue in central New Jersey. And when we talk to her, you'll find out exactly why. She can help you find the perfect wedding venue within your budget. That it's the B word, but everybody's aware of it. But you will find a fabulous place with great accommodations and all of the services you need. She can help you find what's the most important to you when you're shopping around for that ideal wedding destination, but there's all those kind of pesky details that come into play too, and she can help you with that. She's been doing this for many years, very experienced, and we're looking forward to her funny stories. So Heidi, tell us the story.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh God, right off the bat, a story. I
You can
We
start
can
anywhere
start-
you want.
Yeah, we could start with that, with the ballrooms and what you offer there at the Sheraton
yeah,
in Eatontown.
Absolutely.
I love it there. I got to say, I've been there
it's beautiful.
several times, and I love your new. Well, it's not new, but the outdoor ceremony space.
hmm Yeah, we were renovated back in I think 2017, 18, a complete renovation, all of our hotel rooms. A lot of people don't know that Sheraton is actually part of Marriott. So we
Oh,
have the Marriott name behind us, making us top notch in service. And we have two spectacular ballrooms on site that can accommodate smaller weddings as well as larger weddings. We do host a lot of corporate events as well as outside catered weddings, South Asian, kosher. We do it all.
Mhm.
oh, okay. That's
You know, that's
great.
such a good thing to bring up because I know like some of those weddings, the South Asian, they're like giant and they've got
Huge.
people coming in from all over the place and
Yeah.
having accommodations on site is such a key factor when those couples are shopping. I'm glad
Yeah.
you brought that up.
We do host a lot of other venues, wedding blocks here as well. But
Yeah.
our weddings that take place on site, it's great to have the hotel rooms there and the bridal suites there so they can get ready on site and not have to worry about anything.
That's so,
That's great.
stress free. You can get
Yeah.
ready on site, have your hair and makeup on site. Um, and of course, the obvious, having the hotel blocks right there. You're a guest at the wedding or you're in the wedding. Um, you can, you just walk to your hotel room afterwards, you know,
Plus, we have
yeah.
a restaurant and bar on site. So after the wedding, a lot of people like to extend like an after party in the restaurant, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great idea because people aren't, and you know, you eliminate the the transportation aspect of weddings. If it's the guests getting to the venue, if it's getting your wedding party there on time and the getting ready part, that's like that just
hmm
cuts out a whole chunk of stress right there.
Right.
And it cuts back on cost too.
Yes,
Everything's included
absolutely.
here. You don't have to pay for a shuttle or
Yeah.
even find a shuttle.
Yep.
A lot of people like to have the convenience of everything here on site.
Right. In Eatontown, where you're located, I think it's very easy to get to you from the Parkway. It's
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's very easy if you're from wherever you're traveling from to get off the Parkway, yet you're not like, you're kind of hidden back there. So even your outdoor ceremony space is a beautiful garden, and
hmm
Eatontown is close to a lot of places too for photos
Mhm.
if you're,
Yeah.
yeah, taking the
And
photo.
that's it, we are centrally located, so we see couples coming from all over South Jersey, North Jersey, Staten Island, wanting to have a central location for their guests. And this is perfect because not only are we a gorgeous hotel, we have beautiful ballrooms and all accommodations on site, so it's perfect.
Right, right. I
That's
think
really
if I
great.
was a guest at a wedding, uh, there at the Sheraton in Eaton town, I would stay for the weekend, and if it was the summertime, and head to the shore. You're very close to
hmm
the
And we're
beaches
also
and stuff.
close to Red Bank, Asbury
Yeah.
Park. A lot of people
Hmm.
like to have that close by.
So
Yeah.
with your ballrooms, how large, how big of a wedding can you accommodate?
So, our largest ballroom, the Grand Ballroom, can host up to 300 guests with dancing. It's huge. We are the largest within our properties within Hotels Unlimited. So we do accommodate those larger weddings, but we also have a smaller ballroom, our Regal Ballroom, which can host up to 120. So we can accommodate most any type of event
Mhm.
anyone's looking to have, which is really, really great.
Do you guys have a minimum? Like if somebody wants the micro wedding, do you have a
Yeah.
minimum?
Yeah, we can do as little as 50 people up to
Okay.
300.
Oh, that's
So
great.
there's different minimums on different days, but we work with the couples to see what ballroom would fit their wedding best.
Right, right. Yeah. Oh, that's good to know because I do see a lot of more micro weddings happening or
Yeah.
50 to 75 guests. Maybe they want the brunch wedding and things like that. That's nice to know. And of course the 300 guests is great for those big
Yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where the big outside catering weddings come in as well. Um,
Mhm.
Having the hotel on site, they jump for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And the rooms are really pretty. There was one room that I looked at that I really loved. The courtyard, I think. That's
Yeah,
beautiful. Wow.
that's our outdoor ceremony area. It's so pretty in the fall right now, as well as in the summer. We host outdoor weddings usually from April to November,
Mhm.
um, and we do many of them outside. And we have a grand entrance for the bride. It really does create a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the atrium is beautiful too. It's like a big glass room. So there's
Hmm.
so many different spaces to pick from there. That's like fantastic. My gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
what?
really is a hidden gem. Everybody that comes in here says that they walk in the front door and they're like, "Wow." And
Yeah,
yeah,
I
let
can
me show you
understand that.
more.
Yeah, I can understand that. So, okay, so tell us a great story.
Okay. Oh gosh,
Yeah. Do you have a
I
memorable
know you can't, you
story
have to pick
yeah,
or
one.
save the date?
doing this for 20 plus years at all of our venues, so many weddings I've executed along with our maitre d' here at the Sheraton Angel. I don't he's very well known in the wedding industry.
Yeah, Angel. Was he at one of your other properties for a while?
Yeah,
I know
he and I worked at the
Angel.
Ramada together.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have so many stories with him. But I just one doesn't come to mind. I've had so many mishaps. I've been on David Tutera, the
Uh,
wedding shows he was on. We did one of those at the Radisson, one of our other properties. But here at the Sheraton, I can't really. I'll have to come back to that. Let me just think.
okay.
You know, we do so many weddings. We try our best to get them started on time and have no
Yay.
mishaps, but things happen and we're
Right.
always prepared and we always get them down the aisle and it turns out beautifully. So that's always good. I have Angel on we have a great team here. Angel helps me with the weddings, and that's where I think we set ourselves apart because we have such an experienced team here that really nothing goes wrong.
Right.
And I
Right.
know that's hard to say. Things have gone wrong in my career, but we always seem to fix it in a pinch.
Right. And we were talking, you've been in the wedding industry, Heidi, for how many years?
20 years.
20
20
years.
years.
So you can be, trained and all of that by the best, but it is the years of experience where you
Hmm.
really learn, like,
And I've seen wedding trends evolve. Weddings have come so far throughout the years. They
Oh
change,
yeah. Yeah.
and I've seen all the different trends, and it's really something.
what are you currently seeing? I know I remember speaking to uh a while ago. It was before the pandemic, one of the owners of a venue in Spring Lake, and she said, I have so much burlap. What happened to the burlap trend? I
Exactly.
was like,
Yeah, the
that only
farmhouse wedding
lasted a
was a big thing.
season.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, that's so
everybody
funny.
wanted that barn wedding. And working at a hotel venue, it's hard to accommodate that. But I'm seeing more traditional weddings, in a ballroom, just having great food, great atmosphere. Um, I
Yes.
think the traditional weddings are coming back,
Right.
which is great for us.
Yeah.
And that's more my niche because the barn weddings, I don't know. That was
Yeah.
nice, I guess, because they wanted to have them outside because of COVID. That was a
Right.
big deal.
Right, right. Yeah. But the at the Sheraton, the Grand and the Regal rooms are very elegant and very
Hmm.
traditional. And I love the outside space for
Yeah.
ceremonies. But when you look at the pictures, if it's, not nice enough outside, or for whatever reason you don't want the outside, let's say it's 100 degrees out or something,
Yeah.
that
Hmm.
the indoor space is equally as beautiful.
Oh, there's so many pretty
Right.
spaces.
And
Yeah.
that creates a stress-free environment for the brides too. When they book and they want the outdoor ceremony, we usually give them a 48-hour rain notice, check the weather.
Mm,
Some brides make the call the morning of, and we accommodate that and we move it indoors, and it's great to have that backup.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, here
Yeah.
we all know about having the backup, and I love it
Mhm.
that they try and do it. You can't really be, making that call at 15 minutes before,
Oh
you
no.
got, you got to make it in advance and not look back.
Right, exactly.
Well, it takes so much of the stress out of it too. If you've got pretty inside spaces as plan B. You're
You
not going to
have
be
to
like
love
in
your
the,
backup.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you gotta like, and we talk about that all the time when we're talking to our, couples. It's like, what is plan B? Is it somebody's rec room with a ping pong table that they just moved out of the way? It's got to look like that was what you planned on all along. And I'm
Yeah.
looking at I think I'm looking at the atrium, and it's
Mhm.
just like so pretty and open and glassy and nice, and
Yeah, both of our
it's
cocktail hour or
yeah.
pre-function spaces for our ballrooms have those glass windows, and people love that when they see the
Yeah.
pictures. The cocktail hour just makes it so
Yeah, and
elegant.
the gallery, it's so pretty. My gosh.
Very
Hmm.
airy and open and
Yeah.
elegant, just screams elegance, you know?
Yeah, and our chandeliers are different from any other that you see.
Mhm.
We can accommodate in our larger ballroom an outdoor indoor cocktail hour, which a lot of people like, onto our patio, which looks over the
Mm,
courtyard. It's beautiful.
really nice.
Yeah,
Really
I love
nice.
the outdoor cocktail hour, outdoor, indoor, that's really nice. And so how far out, do couples book? I mean, do you still have 25 dates
Yeah.
available?
Well, the rule used to be years ago, you book a year out. That's generally the case right now, but we are seeing a lot of people planning more ahead. So we're booking into 2026 right now. We're getting inquiries for 2027, 28.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, so, I would say they're planning, I guess maybe to save money. They're planning more
Yeah.
far ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
find, it's funny, we're finding here that, and, typically, and years ago it was like you book your officiant, and unless you're dealing with a church, which sometimes you really have to think ahead, but for
Hmm.
independent officiants like us, it was like 6 months ahead of time.
Hmm.
And now I'm finding it's like we're getting married in 2 weeks, and we're getting married in 2026.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
that's one or
very
the other
weird.
with us.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I
very,
see
very
that
weird.
we could book a wedding for this December, or we could book a wedding for the end of 2026. It's all widespread, where years ago it was generally like a year out, I'm booking my wedding. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
So
think
it's
you brought up
different.
a good point too. I don't mean to step on you.
No, it's fine.
I think that weddings have just, for a lot of reasons, weddings are expensive, not
Hmm.
just because of what the basic costs are, but because there's so many different kind of options for people, and they're like, oh, that sounds really cool, let's have like a food truck at the end, whatever.
Right.
But I think for some people, having more time to plan and save for it is really, that's really knowing what your costs are going to be 2 years ahead of time sounds really crazy, but it lets you manage that a little bit better,
Yeah, and it
without
lets you
being
have everything you're looking to have, so you can
yeah,
save the
yeah,
money and budget it out.
yeah. You can
Um,
really think about it. Yeah,
yeah.
I
It
like that.
looks like you can choose to have, when you book your package with you guys, Heidi, that
Hmm.
it looks like you can have the centerpieces included. And what's
Yeah.
included? And that's very
Oh,
budget
that's cool.
and
So a lot of
stress
people like,
free.
yeah, a lot of people like when they come and see me and they're looking for a venue, and I explain to them, like,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding, everything is included. Like, it's a one-stop shop. You just have to book your entertainment and figure out what you're going to wear. That's what this is, which is great, and that's what they're looking for. It's stress-free. We include our centerpieces. All of our different venues within Hotels Unlimited have different centerpieces that fit the ballroom. Ours here are very dramatic. They're like 5 foot tall, white cherry blossoms. They look
Beautiful.
gorgeous in the room. We
Mhm.
include black or white tablecloths. We have fitted or traditional. We have gold or silver accents, charger plates, napkin rings, place table numbers. We include the lighting that you see, the colored lighting. We have that in the
Ah,
ceilings of the ballroom, the cocktail hour.
you don't have
Oh,
to hide
here,
the uplighting. Yeah, great.
yeah. We also have a million different napkins. We do menu cards. Our menus are great. We have great add-ons, great stations, and our pricing is all inclusive, which a lot of people like. We include the service charge and tax when we're
That's
quoting the
so
price.
important.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, no
yeah,
surprises.
there's a lot of conversation online, always about the transparency of what is pricing, what is the service charge, what is a gratuity, what isn't. And I think that, that being as upfront about what is this going to cost is
Hmm.
really it's such a great tool. It really is.
Yeah, and when I tour couples, when they come in, I'm like, this is the bottom line. I'm not going to have you go home and figure it out and then come back with a different price.
Right.
This is what it is. We're very transparent here. We're confident in what we sell here and our packages. We know we're going to do a great job for your wedding. So this is what it is. You get all of this. And a lot of brides like that, because they don't want to be nickel and dimed when they go touring.
Well, you don't want to
Right.
be
So,
surprised too. It's like, we thought that the service charge was a tip and it's not. And,
mhm.
because I think, sometimes people in the industry, and, I include myself, we think that like other people speak the same language that we do, but they don't. This is like, you might be the
Yeah.
first or second place that they talk to, and like they're confused. And it's like, it's a big amount of money, no matter,
Yeah,
whether you're in, the local ambulance corps or whether you're in the most fabulous venue ever. Whatever you're spending on your wedding is a significant amount of money to you. And,
most
it's not
definitely.
the most glamorous thing to talk about, but it's really, I think, again, contributing to the let's try to eliminate stress is like, well, what is this really actually going to cost at the end of the day, and what does it include? I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I
Yeah. And
love
we like to make it easy for the brides and grooms. So,
Yeah. And that the stress free, allows them to live in the moment more.
hmm
I love
Yeah.
that they can just sit down with you and pick out, they know the centerpieces, they can pick out the colors of the chargers and the tablecloth, that they don't have to
Yeah.
go to a third person for any of that, and the lighting, and of course, just the idea that there's a beautiful, very nice hotel, and then they
hmm
can get their hair and makeup done there, and all their stuff
we,
is there
we
in the
do,
room.
we host the breakfast in the morning the next day, the private breakfast. So it really makes a fun weekend for not only the bride and groom, but all of their guests. It's just a great experience.
Mm.
Yeah, that's great. And I've said this when we spoke to one of your venues, one of your sister venues. It's like when we have you on our preferred list, or we will have you all on our preferred list. And
Mhm.
it's really kind of nicely surprising to me how many people that go to that dedicated website for our preferred list are from out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to plan from, we had Wisconsin this week, we had Colorado, we had somebody from
Wow.
Italy. They're like coming here and having that notion that that you can really take care of most of what they need is
hmm
really that's a really great feature for you. It really is.
Yeah. When they have a lot of people, they want, family and friends to be in a central location. They have a lot of people traveling to get to their wedding. Having that hotel on site is great.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's so easy. And, I think, we've been talking about this a lot because we have been, talking to other, your other hotels. People have this, I think that there's like a notion that like a hotel is going to be
Yeah.
like boring, and it's
Yeah.
not. And, I've
It's
looked at
not.
your menus. I've looked at your amenities
Great
okay,
reviews.
I'm gonna have to go back to the bubbly bar, okay, because I want
Okay.
one in my living room right this minute. I say that every time we talk to you guys, but there's so many really interesting things that you offer that can
hmm
personalize people's weddings to
Right.
be,
Mhm.
fantastic. It's like,
hmm
whoa, this is gonna be great. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have a lot of, we call them, as you know, accessories.
That's what you
Because
call it. Sorry.
the original name for that was because, you have the perfect black dress. Let's accessorize. You have the perfect
Ah,
wedding package. Let's add some really cool stations to that and make it even better. But our packages alone are amazing. They offer so much food. They're great variety, everything you'll ever want. And then we have the things that you can customize your cocktail hour or your dessert. And then we
yep.
feature if you add a bunch of dessert stations, you can feature them back in the cocktail hour room with the glass and the lighting. It's gorgeous.
Right.
Yeah.
And your signature drinks you can make. It's a great way for a couple this is generally their first time as a
hmm
couple throwing a party. It's a reflection of them. I see people wanting to personalize their weddings more now with just little things. So, they personalize it with their signature drinks, or
Yeah, a
the
lot of people have been
wanted
doing
to,
that lately.
yeah.
Yeah.
It gives a touch of, different than the last wedding they went to, because it's a reflection of them, and
hmm
that's fun. That's
And
fun.
what's
That's
nice
great.
is having all the bridal suites here.
Mm.
After their wedding, they'll go back up to the bridal suite and we'll have champagne and everything for them there. They can get changed and go hang out with their guests at the bar. It's just it's not like, okay, now what do I do? The
It's so
wedding's
convenient.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I'll
so
tell you,
convenient and it's so seamless,
how
Haley.
having the bridal suite right there on site is really great for the officiant when you look at them and when you arrive and you look at them and you say, "Oh, can I have your marriage license?" And they're like, "Oh, it's up in the
Yeah.
bridal suite."
It's
I
in the
can't.
Yeah.
hotel.
I've had people that no matter how many times you remind them, they go, "We left it back at the hotel." And I'm like, "What hotel are you staying at? How far away is that?"
Hmm.
Because without the license, it's a rehearsal, but it's right there. Everything's right there. You just
Hmm.
go take the elevator up to the room.
And
Yeah. There's
mistake
always, that's why,
mistake
like I
proofing.
say, having the hotel on site and everything here, we can always fix something. If something goes wrong, we
Yes,
can always fix it.
I kind of like that.
Right,
I know.
right,
It's great. Having a plan B and C in place is like always a great thing.
Hmm.
right. I like that. If something goes wrong, you can always fix it. You have everything there. Yeah, I like
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Cool. I like
you
it.
can party
I
the
like
night
it.
away without worrying. You just head on up to your room afterwards.
I like it. I like it. And
Yeah,
having the people in every venue really make it. And, we see so many
Yeah.
reviews mention all the people by name. It's like, we
yeah,
had,
great review.
this person who really, when I spilled well, I'm referring back to the last one we did with your group, when they spilled Diet Pepsi all over their gown before they
Yeah.
walked down the aisle. That was a great story.
We had a wedding this past weekend. She was taking pictures before her ceremony. And she ended up like tripping and falling in like some dirt and mud, and she had it
Oh
all
my
over her
God.
dress. 10 minutes before she was supposed to walk down the aisle, we got it all out. Shout wipe. We had like a million shout wipes, but we made it work. It was nobody ever knew anything. Say
Yeah,
nobody needs to know anything.
That's
yeah.
excellent. Nobody needs to know. I love that. But you know what? And we were talking about this morning before we got on the phone with you. I think there's things that you have like a portfolio of disasters that have happened to you
Oh,
that you fixed. And you have to just learn by doing hundreds of weddings that, if this happens, then we do
100%.
this,
Yeah.
it's like experience really counts. I think, what is
I
that, 10,000 hours? Yeah,
Oh
you
my
got it.
God. I've had brides that wouldn't come out of their hotel room to walk down the aisle. You have to become a therapist too. Like you got this.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
okay.
yeah. Yep.
But any little thing that happens when it comes to a wedding, I think I'm confident in the team here. We can make it right.
Yeah.
Oh
And,
no,
and
that's good.
so many of your reviews, as Celia said, do mention the people by name. And I think it's, how you made it so easy for them. And they mentioned the food and unbeatable staff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was the last review that I read. And I think it's a testament that so much of your staff has been there for a long time, has worked, whether it's at
Mhm.
this particular venue or a different one owned by the same company,
Yeah.
that you've all been there for a long time. And
Yeah, I mean, I've worked for Hotels Unlimited 20 plus years, and
see,
it's a great company. They do a phenomenal job in customer service as well as hotel end. And as I mentioned, I worked with Angel for 20 years. He is incredible. He
yeah,
really is a magician when it comes to weddings.
yeah.
The
And
team
he's
here
very
is top
easygoing.
notch.
It's almost like nothing bothers Angel, He's like
Nothing.
very chill. Very chill. Yeah.
Oh,
So
he's
that's
great.
cool. Um, I want to tell our listeners that on our social media sites, you will see a link to the Sheraton in Eatontown, to their weddings at the Grand and Regal Ballroom. And you can go click on there and go right to there, look through their website, look at the beautiful, I see those unique chandeliers. Not only are
Hmm.
they beautiful, but what makes them unique is they're kind of inset. And
Yep.
it's just, you feel so good when you're in an elegant place like that. It gives such a vibe. It's like, wow. Um, And then, and you can go right on their website and see their wedding packages, download the pamphlet, book a tour.
Yeah.
I'll also put the link to their Instagram site so you can see all the beautiful pictures. That's so much
Right.
fun. Start
Yeah,
planning.
we do a lot of social media, TikTok, Instagram. Please
Yes.
follow. We
Uh-huh.
post daily. Our social media and marketing team, they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right. Right. It's always
Yeah.
fun to read about what's going on there and what's going on there and keeps people up to date. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a real feel for it, how beautiful it is with that. So, well, I want to thank you so much for being
Thank you
with
so
us
much for
today,
having
Heidi. We
me.
really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you so much on a Monday morning when
I
everybody's
know.
fried, right? So thanks for your
Right.
time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Please give me a call and we'll schedule a tour so you can see how beautiful this property really is.
Excellent.
okay. I would
Excellent.
love to do that. And we hope to see you in the 2025 wedding season.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by New Jersey wedding officiant Andrea Pertel, owner of For This Joyous Occasion Officiating Services.
And Celia Milton, owner of NJ Vows Now, also New Jersey wedding officiating services. We're up in North Jersey and Andrea is down in Central and South Jersey. So together we cover the whole state, don't we?
Yes, yes.